ladies and gents, this is Linda, Chic777, and today I'm coming at you with a guest design team project for Sacrafters.com. Now this project is a shadow box that Saad sent me. Actually, she sent me 4 to design with, and they're all a shadow box of some form. And this is a layers shadow box, and it's a small one. It's about 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 in width, and then the inside you get about, I don't know, a little over 5 inches of space to work inside of it. And this project I created for a friend of mine. She has a Bible verse that has just kind of spoken to her this year. And I think a lot of us will know this verse. It has spoken to us probably in one form or another sometime in our lifetime. It seems like we all come across this verse at just the right time when we need to see it. And I wanted to make a home decor project for her that she could display this with the Bible verse. And her colors were like, in her house, are like browns and creams and reds, real easy. And so I created this project with kind of browns and creams so it could kind of fit. So I'm going to move my sign out of the way, and the first thing I'm going to do is kind of bring my iPad in and kind of wiggle it and maneuver it so I don't get too much shine of light bulbs overhead, and show you what this shadow box looks like, you know, undecorated. Okay, so let's see, which way can I bring it in? I'm going to have to bring it in a slant. There we go. So this is the shadow box, and it is, it's called the Wood Polygon #1 Layers Shadow Box. I know you're going to get a shine. There we go, so you can see the title. Basically, when you go to the wood section of Saw's website, there are 2 sections, and one says shadow boxes, which is a regular shadow box, and one says layers shadow box. So what you get is a back piece, and then you get 7 layers to adhere together to form your shadow box. And the reasoning behind this is because these layers allow you to make the shadow box as deep as you would like it to be. You can make it a thin shadow box or a little bit thicker. And it's real easy to glue these layers together. I have used wood glue before, or I have just used, the tried and true Beacon Fabri-Tac glue. It works fine because it's not a real heavy wood, and so either's fine. And for this particular project, I use the Fabri-Tac. Okay, and I'll show you the layers in case some of you are new to my channel. But first, let's bring in the project so you can see it. So here is what I created, and let me bring this down just a little bit, and a little bit more sideways. I know, it's super cute, I think. And the papers I used was, some of them you can't see, but there is a couple of papers of Prima's romance novel by Marian Smith, but the majority of the papers that you're seeing is from Blue Fern Studios, and it's the Sanctuary collection that my beautiful friend P, who's Whimsical Endeavors here on YouTube, hey P, she sent this collection to me as a gift just not too long ago. And so I decided to do some layers with this. And what I did is I cut out all the different pieces I wanted to use, and then I sewed around the perimeter of them. I used my Prima Distress tool to distress all the edges, and then I pop dotted each layer up with some foam tape to give it some depth inside of the shadow box. And so first off, let me just show you the layers I was talking about. Can you see all the different layers? You just glue each one of these pieces one on top of the other. This bottom one, you're going to see some paper in there, because what I did is the back piece, I glued the paper on top, the main piece I wanted to use, and then I proceeded to glue all the layers on top of that. And I did use all 7 layers because I wanted it to be a thick shadow box. Let me turn it around. This is some of the beautiful paper I used in the background of the shadow box. This is that Sanctuary paper by Blue Fern. Just beautiful. I just love it. So pretty, and just a good quality paper. So let me move my camera up here a little bit and then focus it down a little bit so I can bring this up to the camera so we can see the inside. Oh, and then I also used a little bit, one piece, a tag from Prima's Time Traveler's Memories collection. Okay, see, it's real cute. It's just small, but I think it packs a punch, and I just think it's really pretty. So on the wood itself, let me bring it in. I used Tim Holtz. There you can see it, the kind of the clear crackle paint, the Clear Rock Candy, I think it's called, by Tim Holtz. Put that on there. And then I used Lindy's Stamp Gang Mission Bells Brown, and I just painted over the top of it once it had all crackled, because I just wanted it to kind of be the same brown color as you get. Oh, I got to get that little piece off. I won't like that. As you get, and I used the brown kind of going around this, of the Stamp Gang, and I wanted it to kind of be the same color, because when you get this, the outside edges of all the layers are brown, but I kind of wanted to be a little bit more shimmery, so I just kind of painted the outside with that Lindy Stamp Gang. And inside, as I said, I kind of layered everything. There's that little tag, and I left that in there, and the twine on it for dimension, and I layered all these beautiful little pieces like the birds of the paper collection. The paper collection had tags, and there was a beautiful piece that had ephemera piece that had music notes on it, and the song said "Home Sweet Home," and I thought that was just perfect. And then another little tag. I think this is from romance novel, maybe the chapter 2 collection. It says "Sharing the News," which I thought was cute. And then I put in the Bible scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And I printed that out on transparency, and I typed it up myself, and, you know, I changed the font to kind of go off some keywords. I did an image search for the scripture, and I saw something very similar to this, and when I downloaded it, it wasn't coming in very clear, so I just kind of typed my own and kind of did the same, you know, certain keywords with a different font, just so it kind of stands out and is really pretty in there. Going, and then I, of course, layered all with the beautiful flowers and such. So let's go on this right side. And like I said, back to this again, these are all like pop dotted up. I thought that would be pretty in the small things, so it would look a little more dimensional. So on this right side here, I've got a bunch of different flowers from Wild Orchid Craft, and I've got some Prima rolled flowers from the Debutante collection, because you all know, if you know my work, I love to use those rolled flowers. I've got a little Prima metal heart gear here, Ingville Bohm, kind of tucked in the flowers. On the outer perimeter of the shadow box, this is a little Seven Gypsies swirl type metal piece. They have packages of these at Joann's, so I love how it's kind of a swirly shape. And then on top of that, I've got a Prima resin frame here. And then layered on top of that, I got a little Prima Finnabar. This is the Vintage Mechanicals or something like that collection, so a little clock face here. Layered on top of that, I got a Prima metal clock face and a Prima metal clock hand. And then this is just a little findings, a little gear here, also from Finnabar, that I put on top of that clock hand there. And then this is a little wooden butterfly by Prima. Layered on top of that, this beautiful script woodward comes from Sacrafters.com. You get them in a package of 3, I believe, or 4. Just beautiful. I love the script. It's just a beautiful cursive font, and you know, I tried to layer it in so it just kind of, you know, I just love this swirly into the L, and you know, I wanted it to depict, you know, the love of the Lord, so love of Jesus Christ, so that's kind of why that hangs there. And then all my flowers coming down. So let's go over to this left side. Clear in the back, let me see if I can twist it. There you can kind of see a metal piece there. It's from Wild Orchid Crafts, a metal photo coner. I just kind of tucked it in the paperwork there, and then layered on top of it, this is a little wood banner from Sacrafters. It says Faith on it, and you get like a set of 10 or 12 of these different words on it, and they're cute little banner shapes. Let me see if I could find one real quick. I'm going to go over to my stash here. Should have one right on top. Here we go. This one says Sweet. So here it is, the cute little banners, and they're, like I said, all different words. So that was what is tucked inside of there. And then on top of that, I layered more Wild Orchid Craft and Prima flowers. I layered another metal heart gear in here. And then over here, I use the smallest little resin frame by Prima. And on top of that, this is a metal street sign that says Lucky Road. And then I placed a little metal bead landing gear right here. On the bottom, you know, under the scripture, this is another wood word from Sacrafters. It says noted. Most of you guys know that I like to put this on my projects a lot, you know, because it's just kind of like, it's noted, it's finished, you know it by heart, period, end of sentence. And I just think these are cool. And these come in a set of 6, and you get 3 that say noted without the underline under it, and 3 like this with the underline, which actually works perfect if you're kind of gluing it on top, you know, on the bottom of a shadow box. And then I wanted a little bit of moving parts, so I just placed a chain here from the gear up to the love, one side of it, onto the other, and then a key. Okay, and then just for a little more added texture and a little just softness and beautiful, I use some Prima 3D matte gel from my stash, of course, and then I use some of the clear glass beads by Prima, and I placed some of those beads throughout the project here, and I've got some kind of back in there, and then I brought some over here, so it kind of adds a little bit of a softness to the project. And I thought this just turned out really cute. It was super fun. I love these shadow boxes because they're just quick. It doesn't take long because you don't have a lot of room to work in. And you can still do a lot of layering, as you can see, and really make it look dimensional. And Saw has a lot of yummy. I usually work with her wood stuff. I don't work too much with the chipboard because you guys know I like to layer and I do home decor products. So I like more of a sturdier item when I'm working with that kind of stuff, so I choose her wood items a lot. But I think this turned out just super fabulous, and I really hope that my friend likes it. I will have all the links down below to Sacrafters, and I will also have a coupon code for you. It's called Linda Fans, F-A-N-S. All in capital letters, and you can use that at checkout, and I believe it gives you 10% off a $30 order if you would like to order some items from Sacrafters. I will have the links down below to some of my sites, so you can, you know, look at other work I've done and get close-up photos if you'd like for inspiration. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.